What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Seven Figure Photographer Live. It's the normal Monday. I don't know why I always say it's Monday. Welcome. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today we have a Q&A with Sam, and I know these don't ever go incredibly well, but here's my thought. Here's what I'm hoping to happen. I always think of things that I want to ask other photographers, and those things are oftentimes things that I am like, okay, well, you can't just ask those things. They're kind of rude, or you don't ask people those things, especially about, any of the, I don't know, just think of something that you would be afraid to ask another photographer, which scares me a little bit. Or even just an entrepreneur. It doesn't have to be photography specific. It could be anything. That's what we're going to talk about today. But first, before we do that, let's do, maybe we can't cue up the intro. Shoot, I guess we're not doing an intro today. Mia is going to go check the door. But anyway, that was fun. No intro today because it didn't want to work. It's not nice. I thought I had it all good. Okay, so Laquita, welcome. Nice to have you here. Mia is here. We will introduce Mia here in just a second as soon as she decides to grace us with her presence. Actually, I had her do something for me. So here's Mia. Everybody say welcome. Hi to Mia. There she is. That camera's really close up on you.
Oh, that's...
Once I switched it. No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Oh, my Lanta.
You're fine. It's up close and nice. Makes your glasses look like they're big.
Yeah, they're huge. It's called disproportion. What is that called? When you're the camera's the biggest. I
don't know. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. I don't know. What's that thing like? I don't know.
You failed the first question.
I failed. What was the first question?
What is it called? When you
I don't know.
Because your forehead's super big if you're looking down versus the eye level.
Probably we could just name it something fancy like object distortion.
That was I'm impressed. That was actually pretty good. See?
Bart just calls it distortion. Well, I know it's called distortion, but you were it was like you wanted some technical term that I wasn't thinking.
I figured there'd be a technical term.
Yeah, like lens aberration or something. I don't know. Anyway, welcome Bart and everybody here. Oh, it's still on Mia's face. I guess she wants me to be on my face. I feel like my image is still really dark today, or it's really orange on there.
It's very orange. That's it.
Change the white balance. Mia forgot to turn her. You have a call? Oh, okay. Well, go take the call. I can do this, but except for now I don't have random questions. She normally asks me random questions. Okay, let's try this. Let me see if I have a random card deck. Nope, I don't have a random card deck. Okay, well, let's start it off with regular questions from you guys. If you guys have a question, make sure just to comment in the comment section and send them through. Who is it? Somebody. Apparently somebody needed in the door. Oh, it's just FedEx. Okay. Yeah, so I know what it was. It was our canvas order coming in big boxes. You might want to go help her with it. So I know she's strong, but she's not that strong. Okay, so make sure any questions you have to type them into the comment section. I will answer as many questions as I can. Who all do we have with us today? It says that we have a few people on here. I know we have Laquita, we have Bart. Who else is joining us today? I do look maybe a little bit sunburnt and might even have a raccoon. I had sunglasses on and I was fishing yesterday. I got a little sunburnt. It was hotter than I expected. So, did you get everything figured out? It's just our FedEx delivery.
Yeah, he was thinking
Oh, well, I'm glad we got it because. Oh, really? That's weird. Okay, well, I need you to start out with some good questions because nobody's asking anything already. Yeah.
Okay.
Bart, ask something crazy. Laquita asked something crazy. Maybe don't ask anything crazy, Bart.
Should not participate.
Ask Bart who caught the biggest fish of the day yesterday.
Ask Bart, who never gets to go fishing anymore.
Every time I invite you, you have some excuse or reason.
Wah, wah, wah.
So we don't invite her anymore. I'm just kidding.
Basically.
It's because I have a magic boat.
Whatever.
And the magic
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
Bart says it's our boat, Mia.
It's not your boat, Bart. You don't freaking own the boat.
I think she's got a point. But it is magical. If I could change one thing about myself, what would it be?
Yes.
I think, boy, what would I change? Honestly, I think it would boil down to, I think it would either be like remove fear, like get rid of fear, or my inability to just, I don't want to say follow through on things, but like to complete things and not just get discouraged and give up on stuff.
Yeah.
So, does that work? Is that good enough? Bart got discouraged yesterday. He was so pissed off on the boat because I was catching fish and he wasn't, and I think he was annoyed by it. Do I like pineapples? Yes, I love pineapple. Are we talking about pineapples or just pineapple? Because that could be taken differently. I do not like upside down pineapples.
When you think about success, who comes to mind and why?
When I think about success, who comes to mind and why? Oh, well, there's a lot of people.
You only get to pick one.
I only get to pick one?
Yep.
It'd be between Grant Cardone and Russell Brunson.
Okay, fine. You can have both. Why?
I can have both. Why?
Yeah.
Just because they are, I think, trendsetters in their industries, and they're, well, not only trendsetters, they're kind of like outliers, if you will. Like they make crap happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're inspiring. Let's go with that. They're inspiring. I must remain professional on this platform, so I will not respond to you. Are you talking about the boat situation?
Yes.
Oh, dear. Okay, next question.
What is your most treasured possession in the studio?
In the studio?
Yep. It has to be in the studio right now.
In the studio right now. I don't really have any treasured possessions in the studio.
Wow. Way to make us feel great.
You're not my possession.
Oh, I guess that's true. But still.
So, I mean, do you want me to look like a tool or what? My most treasured possession, I think the studio as a whole is kind of like my...
Oh, that's too much.
That's too much?
No, yeah.
Why do you get to decide...
Because you put me in charge.
What's good and what's not? I don't know. What's your most treasured possession in the studio?
In the studio? Probably the laptop or my phone.
Those are still mine.
I must remain professional, and therefore I will not respond. But as soon as you take the camera off me, I'll respond.
Okay. Oh, you flipped me off? Wow. I got a challenge for you.
Okay, wait. We've got to figure out. You must be set on something.
On what?
I don't know.
Like the color's funky? The color's really yellow. Oh, was it not focusing?
It kept going in and out. It doesn't normally do.
Oh.
Who's your favorite employee? I am Bart. I'm his favorite.
My
Sorry.
favorite employee, my wife.
Oh, darn. That's true. Michelle wins. I will concede there.
Oh, I won so many points for that if she's watching. She's probably not watching. Okay, Mia, you talk for a second. I need a water.
What the heck, dude? Okay, Laquita, you're on here. What is... I know before you were struggling kind of like finding locations. So what are some ways that you've overcome that Or have you overcome that?
She's decided
Or do
to
you still
shoot
need
in
help?
studio pets. So that's
Oh.
how she's overcome location needs.
That's one way to overcome it.
Who's my number one fan?
Annie.
Yep. Annie. Well, some days. Some days I don't think she's a fan of me. Yesterday, we went fishing, and because the last time we went fishing, we got in trouble for being out too long. And
You
so,
made plans and you didn't show up for the plans.
well, yeah, you know. So yesterday we go fishing, and I asked Bart, I was like, okay, what did you discuss with your woman about when you have to be back so that we make sure we don't get in trouble? And he's like, well, I think I told her about like 3 or 4 o'clock, so we need to be back by 3 or 4 o'clock. Michelle was like, well, you're going to be back for dinner? I said, here's the deal. If the fishing's good, I'll be back by, or I was like, we'll be back by 4 or 5 o'clock, but if the fishing gets really good, then all bets are off. Just come looking for us if we're not back by the next morning, right? So, we were late because the fishing was decent, but we decided to quit about 4:15, and we went back. And by the time we got back and up to the hill and into service, he calls Annie, and she's like, "Oh, I thought you weren't going to be home till like dark." We left good fishing for nothing. Okay, Laquita says, I have not, but I'm doing pets either. I'm not doing pets either now. I'm working on still life, food and product photography to help
That's
me
right.
learn studio lighting. That's
She
good.
said that when we were at
Oh, when you're in Baker?
Baker. I forgot
Cool.
about that.
Just to get more comfortable with lighting, I'm guessing.
But the lighting would be totally different for food and product than it would be for.
Yeah, but it's still understanding
Portrait.
general
Yeah.
like lighting principles.
But it would be very different.
So-
I mean,
Good on you. Okay. What
Okay.
else we got? We got 5 people here.
Laquita, do you have any questions for Sam? 'Cause
Yeah, give me a good question.
He's tired of hearing from me.
Yeah, she just tries to embarrass me. That's what she tries to do. Oh, you're still on, huh?
Good thing I didn't respond unprofessionally to that.
Yeah. Were you gonna flip me off
I
again?
thought about it.
You know what's funny is when Mia first started working for me, she would never ever do anything like disrespectful like that. Then she got to a point where she would do this to me, like when I was talking, she'd just be like going like this, like F off. And then now she just full on gives me the bird. She doesn't even hold back. Like she ignores me most of the time.
Oh, says the man who didn't say good morning.
I did.
No.
Even Dylan. Dylan, did you hear me say good morning this morning? See, he's shaking his head yes. I even asked him when you went outside. I was like, did you hear me say good
I
morning
did
this
not
morning?
hear you say good. You
Yeah,
just like walked in
'cause you
all
didn't want
rough
me
an
here.
hour so much later. Sit down.
There was nothing rough. I just walked in. It was quiet. So, yeah.
Okay, if you had to delete all but 3 apps from your smartphone right now, which ones
I
would
think
you
you've
keep?
asked me this one before.
I know, but I think it changes.
Which ones would I keep?
Yep. Business related. Let's go with business
Oh,
related.
business related?
Sure.
Um,
And I'll do my 3.
okay. Business related, which ones would I not? Well, my bank app. Yeah, probably my banking app I wouldn't delete.
Yeah,
Um,
that's business related, I guess.
TikTok. Why you sigh at me?
Because I don't know that that's.
So here's an interesting conversation. Now this is the other day. This caused a heated debate, kind of, in our home. My son made a comment about how all you ever do after work is just watch TikTok, right?
Okay.
Well, it wasn't even quite like that because it's not that bad. Michelle, the other night, well, we're watching TV with the family. And then when I say family, her family, who typically takes over the TV in my home when they're there. So we're watching a show that they're watching, or I guess we all kind of agreed to watch it. And I'm at the same time on, I believe it was TikTok flipping through, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said something to me like she was like being a butthole. She's like, are you even going to watch this show or are you just going to TikTok the whole time? And I was like, really? You're going to ask me that? While she normally sits there on her phone and plays a game the whole time
While she's
we're watching shows. And I was like, okay, first of all, don't give me crap. And second of all, the fact that Rylan and her give me crap about watching TikTok after work, I'm like, okay, you guys watch TV like after work and everything all day. Rylan plays
Yeah.
video games to unwind after work.
Still
So
screen time.
how's it any different that I watch TikTok?
No, it's screen time is screen time.
Well, regardless of its screen time or whatnot, there's a lot of business value in TikTok. There's a lot of inappropriate value in TikTok too, and a lot of funny stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just my form of entertainment. So
Yeah, you prefer that over the television.
so why is it that sometimes we forget? Like, is it just like when we get angry with other people, like we forget that there's like
I think part
there's
of
give and take to all of it.
There is give and take to all of it. I think part of it is projection too. I think when you see somebody else doing it, you recognize those things that you're doing and you're like, gee, he's doing it. I probably do it too much, but I'm just going to bite on him. And like, I think there's a lot of projection in it. And that's not anything bad at Michelle or Rylan. It's just, I think we all have a tendency to do that.
But Rylan neglects us. Like he constantly like
Oh, yeah.
he runs upstairs, plays video game, and ignores us all the time. But as soon as
But
he
as soon
wants
as he
attention,
wants- yeah,
then
yeah.
it's like, okay, pay attention to me. Anyway, something to think about because I think we do that a lot with a lot of different things, you know. And we all do have. If that's one thing that I learned last year is we all have like our recovery time, like
Downtime.
Dylan has it. I even have it. That's, you know, I was really hard on Yin about it. But then once I finally realized that it wasn't just like a BS thing. What are you laughing about? Did somebody send you a message? What? Who?
Nothing.
Who sent you a
That's
message?
my stuff.
Who sent you a message, Mia?
Nope.
Was it from your man lover? Or your woman? I'm just kidding. Okay, so how many rods have you? Oh, freaking hell! I lost a fishing
How
rod
many lures
yesterday.
have you lost, Bart?
Yeah, how many lures have you lost? Except for the problem is he loses
Oh,
like
who
the
has
other,
not lost anything on the
the
boat
other
and
day
still
he
doesn't
lost like
get infects?
$35 worth of lures because he kept like casting and like lures would pop off. Yesterday I lost a lure, all the line, a whole reel and rod.
Dude, what did you do?
Well, we were in this like spot on the river where the current like takes us in a circle, but we were coming back towards this rock and I was trying to adjust where we were at, and so I'd cast my line in.
Okay.
And it was at the bottom of this big hole. Well, the current pulls like your line and stuff. So I cast in, but I noticed that we floated through this big clump of weeds and it tangled up on my trolling motor. So I went to lift my trolling motor up out of the water to get the weeds off.
And left your rod on the boat.
And I set my rod down, and as I lifted it up, it pushed it off, or it pulled off or something. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
You didn't want to go swimming?
That's like the second time there's
I know.
swimming right there.
I know,
There's
I
no
was
way.
just
Like the
joking.
current and the undertow of the cliff there. Oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be the dumbest thing I could ever do. I was gonna throw like a lure at it to try to like pull it up in, but
Right.
I couldn't. I couldn't get it done fast enough. So, okay. Why don't you have the man ask us some questions? There's nasty stuff in that part of the. There is really nasty stuff in that part of the river. Well, in all that river, those weeds and everything are just gross, and I wouldn't even mess with the current anywhere in that river.
Okay, in your business, what are you most excited about right now?
In my business, what am I most excited about right now? Well, there's not a whole lot.
Nope, that's
to
not
be
the
excited
answer. You
about right
have
now.
to get excited about something.
What am I most excited about right now? Let's see. Do you want to give me some hints?
Nope.
Like some suggestions?
I know what I'm most excited about.
What are you most excited about? And moving over to Mia. What are you most excited about?
The Halloween party for the influencers. Because I bought some decorations.
When is
and-
that?
Oh my gosh. It's on the Monday right before Halloween.
Okay.
So
Well,
the
it's not that big of a
24th.
deal. Okay, so Mia is most excited about. No, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying you don't have to get upset because I didn't know the date.
Oh, I wasn't
I
upset.
just come to work and do what I'm told. Sometimes. Um,
But I'm excited because we haven't seen them in a while now.
the thing I'm most excited about in my business right now. I don't know. thing I'm most excited about in my business right now. Fall colors.
Yeah.
There you go. Laquita finally has a question for us. She says, here's a photography question. Do you edit an image differently to print on canvas? No, not really. In fact, canvas is one of those mediums that you can kind of print. You have a lot more leeway with it because it's it's not as smooth of a surface, so there's not as much definition, and you can kind of hide a lot of stuff in it. But as far as editing them different, not really. There are some things out there that you do have to edit differently for. For instance, like metals, especially sublimation metals, because they use heat to press the ink receiver to sublimate it onto the metal, and then also the metal has an ink receptor on it that's a heat activated receiver, and so that aspect, yeah, you have to be careful about like your saturation and stuff like that. But that is a very good point that Bart is sharing there. Just make sure you have a calibrated monitor and use 8-bit color. The other thing that is also really important to know about that and to understand is that your editing environment is actually a really vital thing to keep track of. So if one day you're editing in bright sunlight like this and the next day you have overcast skies and things are a little bit different, you can actually fluctuate your edits. So say for instance you're editing a family picture and you do it one day, or you're editing some of it one day on, or some of them one day on like bright sunny day like this, and then the next day on that. So typically it's best if you actually create an editing environment that is 100% controlled, meaning you put blackout curtains up, you only edit with those blackout curtains closed, you adjust your light based on that, and then you calibrate your monitor for that specific stuff. So those are all really important things to consider, and a lot of things that people don't understand. White point shift is a really big ordeal. In fact, we have a client that brought us some pictures to print on canvas a couple of years ago, and she brought the full picture, which was beautiful, had all these fall colors in it, but wanted to crop it down to a square 1:1 ratio, which cropped all the colors out of the picture and just down to the tree trunks, and which were all just really brown, and it completely changed the whole like color tone of the image, and so it kind of set some stuff off a little bit different there. So those are all things to keep in mind with everything you're doing as far as that goes. So you got a canvas print given to you and it turned out awful. Well, send it to us and we will print it beautifully for you. So Amber, Aaron, welcome. Good to have you here. Everything is going great. It is a Q&A, so if you have any questions, Amber, feel free to ask anything. In fact, please ask something so we have something to share. Thank you, Laquita, for asking that question. You know, I would be interested to see the image. In fact, maybe email me the image that you printed and take a picture of the canvas and send it to me. And let's look at, like, let me see if I can identify any of what you might have been dealing with. So that might be somewhat helpful. It is one of those things that is like a learning process. You just have to get comfortable and understand like different things about printing. Here's one thing that a lot of newer photographers do. They get really, and I'm not saying you specifically, I'm saying a lot of photographers. I've seen this happen with a lot of photographers, where they think that they see all these, like they think that they're just really honed in on what good color and quality is and stuff like that. But they're really, like, they have this belief in their mind that it's a lot different than what it really is. It's not as hard. It can be very complex. But a lot of people make it more than it really is. The whole calibrating, like if your stuff is calibrated, when we print stuff, we don't change it at all. we print it based on like just the file that you send it to us. Our computer doesn't change the calibration of what you send, so really we print exactly what you send us. So Amber says, random question: if you use off-camera flash, what is your go-to favorite setup and light stands? So, well,
I'm his favorite light stand.
yeah, this is my favorite light stand right there. She can't be purchased. Well, I mean, I guess she probably could.
I can.
But it is a steep price, and you make checks payable to Samuel Marvin.
No.
So we actually use, there's a couple of different things that we use. We use Pro Photo lights, which are not necessary in the world of, especially if you're just getting into off-camera flash. What I would suggest is Godox, just because it's much less expensive. However, there's good and bad. Nothing to worry about too much. As far as light stands, you could really buy anything pretty cheap. I prefer the Manfrotto stackable ones, which I don't even know what they're called, but they're. Do we have one out there? The ones that fold up flat. Will you go see if you can find one?
Which?
The Manfrotto red and black ones that fold up flat. We used to have in the car. Maybe Mia will be able to find it. So, basically. We actually don't use light stands. I use a monopod with a mount for the light. And so Mia holds it. She typically sticks it on her thigh. Yeah. So you stick it like on your thigh, right? Yeah, so she sticks it on her thigh and then holds it up, or she holds it with both hands and then can adjust it. Do you have any pictures of... We have some pictures
Behind
of...
the scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
Can you put pictures in here? I don't think you can. But maybe if you pull it up on your phone, you can show me.
Okay.
This is a Manfrotto 1051 BAC, which this particular one I think is a 9-foot or maybe a 12-foot. I think this one's the 9-foot or 7-foot. Anyway, what's cool about it is this is like a full-on light stand, and I can loosen this up right here, and so I can make it so that these are 3 independent, so they don't have to necessarily be on a flat surface, or we can drop it down to where it's got kind of a 4-point. One of the reasons I like these is because they're super flat, and so we can extend this out and use this as like a voice-activated light stand, meaning Mia can hold it, use it as kind of a monopod or whatnot. But that's basically what we use. So Manfrotto 1051 BAC. I don't know what the series is called, but they fold really flat. So you can see there's how flat they are, and they interlock. So you can stack them like 3, 4, 5, 6 of them at a time. Here's a, it's kind of hard to see it, but this is my light stand right there. See? Some days it wears leggings, some days it wears shorts. It actually dresses itself. But she's holding my Pro Photo light with a Westcott Rapid Octa. And that is the Pro Photo B10 Plus. So that's what we use. I've been using Godox 8200 Pro for 2 years. I'm debating on upgrading to the 8600. My twin teen boys have been my best light stands, right? I would suggest the Godox, what is it? It's that 300 that we were using. The Godox 300 something. I don't know much about Godox. They're great quality, but the 300 with zoom is what I would probably suggest. But if you want to go for really powerful light, go with the 600. Here's the thing that I know. We use a Magnum reflector when we're trying to overpower the sun, and we can actually use our Pro Photo B10, which is a 250 watt second. The Magnum reflector, which is as expensive as one of the lights alone, well, like a Godox light, gives it 2 extra stops of power. So we can do that, and typically having that really harsh light when the light is when it's really bright out makes it just kind of fit the mood or the vibe a little bit better. I think Mia's got some other questions for us. Okay, Mia.
Did you ever finish your three apps?
Oh, my 3 apps. So my banking app, TikTok. Oh yeah, we got off the track with TikTok. I think my other one would be. Let's see here. Business ones, right? I like my probably. Well, Tave is not technically an app; it's the Safari, and that one can just stay because it's part of what I have to use.
Yeah, it's a CRM.
Yeah, so Tave is my Safari. I'm just saying because it's technically not an app; it's through the web thing. So, I would probably say the TPE, photographers emeritus, whatever it's called.
The light thing?
Emeritus. Yeah, the thing that shows me where the sun sets and rises. So this is the app. It's that I can't point well right there. Oh,
Where'd you go?
Oops, I fade to black. Did it? It's on.
Put
it's
it up
good.
there.
Oh, there. So it's this one right there, the TPE. So it's called the Photographer's Emeritus or Ephemeris. I don't know. Those are big words. The other one I like is Sun Scout, which just shows me where the sun is setting and rising. So that's a good one. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else. Don't bring shadows up a lot in post. Always bring so much noise to prints. Okay, there you go. There's from Bart who prints everything in the back. Oh, that's for Canvas. Okay. Next question.
I was trying to come up with my 3 for social stuff.
Oh yeah, what were your 3?
I think I would
let's switch to Mia.
I would keep Mojo and CapCut.
CapCut is so cool.
Yeah.
It's impressive. Do you now like it more than the other one?
I do now. Yeah.
It's really powerful.
It's there's still things that frustrate me, but I do like it.
What are the things that frustrate you?
The text is just not that easy. Like, it's not that easy to manipulate the text.
Oh.
So it's frustrating for me. But
okay.
And then if you consider like Instagram and Facebook as apps, I'd probably keep.
Well, I think those. Oh yeah, those aren't necessarily.
I know. What are those? I think I'd have to keep Instagram over Facebook. I don't know. Maybe not.
Possibly.
What's the new one that everybody's jumping to? The photographers are jumping to.
Are you talking about that?
It's not new per se, but like all the photographers seem to be jumping over there. But I don't think that clients would be jumping over there.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'll find it.
New stuff she hasn't told me about yet.
Well, maybe.
Okay, give me another question. Or somebody ask a question.
If you had to pick a new name for yourself, what would you pick?
For myself?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. That's funny because I hated my name all growing up. Now it's just me. So, like, let's see. If I had to pick a new name, that's such a weird question. I don't know. Well, my Eric is always my if I make a prank phone call or something, I'm like, this is Eric. That's like my.
That's your go-to.
What do you call it? Like your
alter ego.
My alter ego, I guess. Yeah, kind of like Roxy and Samantha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We had some clients we went with to Winnemucca. Was it Winnemucca? No, it was
Wendover.
Wendover, and they got a little turned up, and their alter egos came out. It was pretty funny. Samantha and Roxy were their alter egos when they got really drunk. So, okay, next question. Anybody, come on, hit me.
Vero, that's the new platform. Vero is the new platform.
Vero?
Vero, yes.
Vero?
Vero, however you want to say it.
If you had to change careers right now, what would you do instead? That is really funny that you would ask that because I was thinking about this weekend. Changing careers. Just kidding. If I had to change careers, what would I do instead? Um, the thing is that that's a good question. I would probably start another business. And what would that business be? Um, what I would love to do is what is it called? Business consulting. Basically looking at other businesses and identifying like where the good and bad is and what they need to change. I don't want to have to be the one to change it. I just want to be the one to tell them, this is what you're sucking at. This is what you got to change. So that's kind of that's what I would do and that's actually surprisingly from the time I was a kid, before I even started my photography business, I wanted to be a business consultant. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, with all your mail that you'd used to get.
Yeah. So that's your answer, Laquita. Come up with another one. Hit me. Okay. Mia's got another question.
If you could have anything named after you, what would it be? Tim.
Tim's here. What did I miss? You didn't miss anything, Tim, except for a couple of questions. Okay, what was it again?
If you could have anything named after you, what would it be?
If I could have
or what would you want it to be?
Anything named after me, what would it be? Tim. I would have Tim named after me. I'm just kidding. If I could have anything, probably I think you've asked me this one before.
Maybe.
Like
Obviously.
an award or something.
An award?
An award. Or like a stadium. There we go.
Oh, dear. Okay. That's awesome.
I don't know what else I don't really want anything named after me.
I'd be like some sort of like new animal that I find on one of my adventures.
You don't ever find animals on your adventures.
Yes, I do.
You find it.
I don't find new ones.
Animal poo.
Well, or bones or,
Or bones.
other stuff.
Okay, Tim, give us a good question. We need some good ones. Business related or whatever you want. I don't care.
Describe your sense of humor in one word.
Inappropriate.
Very well done. You passed the test.
Let's be real here. That's what it is. Inappropriate.
Okay, what is the weirdest thing you've seen in someone else's home?
The weirdest thing I've ever seen in someone else's home. Can we talk about all the really funny Jeffrey Dahmer memes? Let's see here. Weirdest thing. I don't know why that made me think of that, but the weirdest thing I've ever seen in someone else's home. Oh, probably dolls.
Dolls?
Yeah, different people have weird collectibles. Dolls are a weird one. They're creepy.
A lady at church on Sunday asked me to make new clothes for her dolls because they've had the same outfits on for 16 years. She's like this cute little old thing, and I'm like,
Creepy.
Sure, call me.
You said you'd do it?
Of course I did. She's a cute little old lady, and I suck at saying no.
You don't seem to have a problem with me.
Well, you're different. It's easy to say no to you.
Rude. I'm your boss. Okay, what else? Give me something new. Tim, where's the good questions? No. That's my button. She took my no button. That's not nice. Okay.
Who would you most like to sit next to on a 10-hour flight, and why?
Ooh, who would I most like to sit next to on a 10-hour flight? Jennifer Aniston. You think I could convince her to love me? I'm
No.
just kidding. Okay, Blake Lively. Let's go with that. Except for she probably wouldn't talk to me the whole time. Yeah, let's go with Blake Lively. Okay, Tim says, funniest one I saw was damned earring at Five Guys caption that said, I don't taste Five Guys. Yeah. I think the funniest one I've seen, it was a TikTok. This is of the, have you seen the Jeffrey Dahmer, Netflix thing? We made it through an episode and a half before we had to shut it off. Or maybe it was 2 episodes. I saw one of a guy. This says, this is how Jeffrey Dahmer dumps his old boyfriends, and it was a guy sitting on a toilet.
Ew.
So it's like you get really stopped up after 5 guys.
Oh my gosh, stop.
Dylan's over here dying. He's loving it. How about we do an Ask Mia Any Question game? Okay, sounds good.
Tim.
Okay, it's Mia's turn. Ask Mia anything.
Let's see, everybody can stay silent.
I'm waiting, Tim. Where's the
No.
question? Okay, let's see. I got a question for Mia.
I don't trust you at all.
How many hours a week do you work?
Last week.
Are you actually
Yeah, do you
clocking
actually
in?
ever check?
Well, I don't, but
No, you
Heidi
don't,
does.
do you?
The nice thing is that they're saved, so I can go back and look. Okay, how many hours last week?
Oh, it's a new time thing. It doesn't have. Oh, okay, so 67 hours from September 26th to October 10th. 65 from September 11th to the 25th.
Geez, she's not even getting in a full 80 hours.
Nope.
What a punk.
What? A punk.
Okay, Tim says, how about, or what's the hardest part of working for Sam?
Is Tim trying to get me fired?
Probably. Have you been telling him bad things about
No,
me?
I haven't.
What's the hardest part about working for me?
I don't know if I can do this. The hardest part. Well, okay, I'll throw you under the bus a little. We'll go for this. Honestly, lately, the gas levels have gone down. So that probably used to be one of the hardest things.
Really?
Yes. Well, it was bad, dude. I still love you, but it was bad.
She farts a lot. That's what she's saying. She's
Yeah, no.
She's
No, I don't, actually. I think probably for me, just personality-wise, like Sam does not like to plan, and I probably like to over-plan a little bit. So we clash there often. But we've just kind of agreed to disagree on it all.
This morning, I was trying to talk to her, and she was
He
like,
was not trying to talk to me.
she gets offensive
even say
about
hi.
she gets offensive about certain things when I'm just trying to like get something out, and she's like, gets
You
frustrated
think I'm
with me.
defensive, and I'm not defensive. I just didn't
Okay,
understand
now he
what
says,
you
what's
were
the best
saying.
part of working for Sam?
What's the
Go
best
ahead now,
part of
make up
working
for all the shit
Sam?
you said.
We have fun every single day.
Do we?
I think so. Do you not?
I don't know. The last
Okay,
couple
apparently
days you've
we
been kind of a
don't.
butthole.
Apparently we don't have. Well, I'll rephrase that. We have fun every single day Sam's here working with me.
Whatever.
I love
She doesn't
the
like to
travel.
work alone.
I don't like to work alone. I like being part of a team. And it's like probably one of the highest things on my list for enjoying work. I love the travel. I like conferences and things like that. So we have a lot of fun with that. Yeah.
Next.
Next. Why is it still on me?
I don't know.
Done with me.
Okay. Next question.
Next question for you.
Somebody come get her. She dancing like a...
What's the... Wait, what?
Sorry, it just came out. It just happened. What? Okay, go.
I don't know. I lost the
Are
whole train of
you
thought.
flustered now?
What's the hardest part working with me? We'll turn 'em
We
on you.
can't talk about that right now.
Yeah, we can.
I'm not done with Mia. I'm just getting started. Okay. Here, Tim's got another question. Okay, what's the next question? Tim, hurry up. And don't make it so that I have to feel bad about her.
That you have to feel bad about
Yeah,
me?
he asked about stuff that makes me, yeah.
Okay, it's on you. We're watching you guzzle water, dude.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Forgot. I keep forgetting when I switch the...
Tim's just mad because I forget to play Scrabble with him all the time.
It's not Scrabble, it's Words with Friends,
Words
you
with
dork.
Friends. It's the same darn thing.
Okay, Laquita says, what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened on a shoot? Well, for me, one of the most embarrassing things is I accidentally ripped my shorts. Like, from my crotch to my butt crack. That was probably one of the most embarrassing, but...
Really good. I was thinking of Alina
Why? What happened with Alina?
with her shirt. Like, that was embarrassing for her. Like, it just made everything uncomfortable when her shirt came down. And the sunflowers. Good. Well,
I don't
apparently it was just
remember.
Alina and I. We were there.
Did it show something? Ruh-roh. I had that happen one time. That was embarrassing. Like, I was shooting pictures of this girl, and she was sitting, like, on the side of the river on, like, the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, like, just clicking away. And I had this kid working for me that, like, he was with me, and he was like, Sam. And I was like, what? And he's like, he whispers in my ear. And her shirt had, like, flopped down, and
Everything
it was
out.
just hanging out. And I was like, well, let's go over here. So I moved just because I didn't want to, like, embarrass her. But at the same time, I was like, I didn't notice. And when she realized, it was all over. Like, she was
that's
embarrassed.
the hard
And so,
part.
yeah, that's hard. I do vaguely remember something with,
Did we lose your audio?
yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
My AirPods might have died.
Okay. Let's see. Mia is the worst Words with Friends player ever. She makes a move, then you make a move, and you wait for at least a week for her next move. So,
I'm pretty bad.
yeah. Well, it's because she's not supposed to be playing games while she's working, Tim.
I don't play games while I'm working.
That's how I saw that you were playing Words with Friends the other day.
Yeah, we
when
were in the car driving.
Focus on me.
I don't know. I lost everything. You are still on, right? Like, I literally
believe.
lost everything. Video.
If everybody can hear me, give me a thumbs up or something, or send me a message. There was this one time where we were out on a shoot, and it took me a long time to figure out that I was lactose intolerant, and I kept getting, like, these, Tim gives me the thumbs up, so we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We would get Christmas mornings, which were a milk-based or cream-based thing, and I would get really, really gassy, like, partway through the shoot, and it was, like, uncomfortable. And so when they
For
were in the car
everybody.
changing, I'd walk around the back of the car or out and away, and I'd let one go. Well, one time I let one go, and somebody had opened the front door right as the back door was opening, and it just sucked it all through the car, and everybody was like, woo! So that was an embarrassing moment. Yep. Or there was one where a mom was showing me pictures on her phone while we were driving. This wasn't when you were here. And she hands me up her phone to show me a picture, and I accidentally swiped, like, to one side, and the next picture was of her doing inappropriate things to a guy, and her daughter saw, and she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Oh my goodness.
And the daughter was just like, Mom, you can't have that on your phone. So those are probably my most embarrassing moments.
Awesome.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Moving right along.
Well, you don't like, just because it's awkward, you're going to move right along? Just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
I am.
Tim, I thought you had lots of questions for Mia. Wait, this isn't Ask Sam anything, not a Mia anything.
See? Leave it on Sam. Sam
Jeez.
likes all the attention. Leave it over there.
It's not that I want the attention. Well, it is 12:48.
Yeah.
Any last good questions?
Have you all checked your SEO lately? You're going into the last quarter of the year. Figure
Yeah.
out where you're at.
Mia, like, printed up a whole report for me on SEO stuff. I thought there was another part to this.
It's stapled to it.
Oh, it's not stapled. It's just
Oh.
stuck to it. So yeah, this is actually for the escape room that I'm working on. Of
Yeah,
which
but
I
if
did
you're
go
doing
through and
good,
use.
if you're doing SEO now to get spring people, you need to start now, and it'll affect you by spring. So get on it.
Get on or, well, it or. So, okay, guys, I think that's all we're gonna do for today. Hope you guys had fun. I know. This
Tim's
is never-
going into surgery this week, so I just want to
going
wish
into
him
surgery on
good luck.
Thursday. Everybody send
vibes.
Tim good vibes and prayers. He's going under the knife, but he'll be all right. I'm
He'll
not
be
even
fine.
worried about it.
No, it's all good.
So,
He's strong.
okay, everybody have a wonderful day. We're going to peace out, Girl Scout. Here's our outro. Boom.
The intro didn't work. How's the outro gonna work?